Hi everyone, this is Deadlock bringing you another Call of Duty video for 2018, but today it's not World War II, it's Black Ops 4, the Black Ops 4 beta, and not only that, but it's a test of the new mode that Treyarch and Activision are pretty much pinning everything on, which is called Blackout. So what is Blackout? Are Activision onto a winner here, and is this game worth over £100 of your money? £122 from the Microsoft store to be exact for the version that I have on pre-order. That's $156, that's a lot of money. Can you get it cheaper? Is it even worth it? And what do you get for your hard-earned cash? Well, let's jump in and find out. As you'll be aware, Treyarch have developed and Activision will release the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 game worldwide for the Xbox, PS4 and PC on Friday the 12th of October 2018. So this year for this title, there are no staggered release dates, but PlayStation users have been able to play the beta earlier than the Xbox and PC users. The PS4 users who have pre-ordered the game have also been able to enjoy the Back in Black map packs on Black Ops 3, just to give them a taste of what this game's going to be like beyond the beta. And the Back in Black map pack will also be available on launch day for Black Ops 4, and it's got jungle, slums, firing range and summit maps included, all of which are classic games I remember from previous releases. But what else is contained within Black Ops 4? Is it true that there's no campaign? And if so, where is the value for the spend on our money? So firstly, it is true that there's no campaign for Black Ops 4. This is the 15th release in the franchise and it's the first game not to contain a single player campaign. But is that really a big deal? Well, personally, and I don't know about you, I haven't played much, if any, of a Call of Duty campaign since about Black Ops 2. And don't get me wrong, the Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 games both contained amazing campaigns. And back when those games were released, yes, multiplayer was growing, it was getting bigger, but it was nothing like the behemoth that it is now. And whilst I do occasionally miss playing the campaign first and then the multiplayer, which I used to feel allowed me to see the multiplayer maps in the context of the campaign game and the story, my immediate urge now, as soon as a Call of Duty game is released, is to get right into the competitive multiplayer. And that means that personally, I don't think I'm going to miss the campaign mode much at all. I didn't even play the World War II campaign mode. After that, I was stuck for what felt like more than 10 minutes in an introduction to the game that I couldn't really interact with. So I don't think I'm going to miss it. And whilst there's no expansive campaign mode here in Black Ops 4, there are some solo missions that you can run, and that will allow you to get used to your character models, help to fill in the story on the specialists, because this game is set between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. So these solo missions, they're going to get you back up to speed in the context of the game. So whilst there's no campaign, what do we actually get? So firstly, we get multiplayer, of course. That features the return of the specialists, which we've seen in the previous games, Battery, Prophet and Ruin. They're returning, they all have their unique specialisms. They'll be accompanied by some new specialists, which you've probably seen if you've played any of the beta. I've enjoyed using them in the beta so far. We'll also see the return of lots of classic maps over and above those mentioned already, which were Jungle, Slums, Summit, and a real favourite of mine from back in the day, Firing Range. We'll also get Nuketown, but apparently it's not going to be available immediately at launch. It's going to follow just after the launch of the game in October. We'll also get the same classic multiplayer games that we're used to, Team Deathmatch, Hardpoint, Kill Confirmed, and a lot more, but all of those modes have got some fresh tweaks to focus a little bit on team-based gameplay. So further to the multiplayer mode, we'll get zombies, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not a big zombie player. I did enjoy it back in, I think, World at War or Black Ops 1. Whenever it was first released, I played it a little bit and I quite enjoyed it, and now it is a huge phenomena on its own. But as I don't play it, and I haven't played it for the last couple of releases of Call of Duty, I'm not really going to delve into it here in any detail. Suffice to say, if you're a fan of zombies, it's back. It's got a cooperative multiplayer mode, it's got a raft of new customizations, and it's got the types of storylines that are missing from the campaign mode. In fact, this version of Zombies is apparently going to be huge, and it will contain a lot of historic maps and characters reimagined as well. So I'm sure for those that play Zombies, that's going to be really exciting. But is that it? Well, no, that isn't it, because we're also getting Blackout, and that's the mode that you're seeing now. What is Blackout? Is this Call of Duty? Is it taking me out of my comfort zone? What are the objectives in the game? How do I play it? Will it keep me coming back? These were all the types of questions I had last night when I was awaiting, you know, jumping in to play the game. So the footage that you're watching, it's my first couple of plays of the Black Ops beta. A big shout out here to Justin, who joined me last night. We were both really stoked and excited to play the game. To be honest, I think Justin showed a remarkable amount of patience with me, because there was so much for me to get used to in the first 20 minutes or so of playing the game. Justin was very, very patient. He's a little bit more experienced in playing these types of style of game than I am, so thanks Justin, I appreciate it. But the premise for everybody who's not played it or has not played any of the similar games of this ilk, the premise of Blackout is that you drop into a huge map with nothing. Yep, nothing. After the staging area, that's a really useful sandbox area, the staging area, which allows you to get to grips with the controls, which are broadly the same. It's a normal Call of Duty game, nothing too unusual here, but there's some slightly different ideas. So the sandbox is good, the staging area, that allows you to get used to what you're going to drop into. And then you're pitched into a battle royale, a last man standing fight to the death with 79 other players, and you're like, wait, I'm dropping in here with nothing. And that's one of the first things that you have to get used to. Your chopper flies you over the map. You can deploy from the chopper using a wingsuit. You can drop into the map wherever you want to drop into. Did I mention that the map is huge? I mean massive. It's really impressive. And what's more, it's not some completely disconnected, unknown map. This is Call of Duty. So the huge map, it's got famous, historic Call of Duty multiplayer maps dotted around this huge map. It's great. Raids there, firing range, asylum, those were just some of the ones that I saw last night. There's loads more. As soon as I saw this, then that connected me right to this game mode. I was desperate to get to grips with it, and of course to be the last man standing. But you're probably thinking, wait, wasn't I playing with Justin? Well, that's right. In this game, you can deploy on your own, you can deploy in duos with one friend, or you can deploy in quads as part of a 4-man team, and that can be made up of you and your friends, or you can make up a team from you and the other 79 players if you choose to do it, or you can drop in alone. So you're not completely alone unless you choose to be, and that completely, I think, reinvents team thinking, tactics, the way that you play the game, meaning although the goal can be to be the last man standing, that can actually be the last duo standing or the last 4-man team standing, and you don't have to fight it out with your teammates at the very end, which I was really appreciative of, because as you can imagine, I think that would probably lead to some tensions if you're having to team with your teammates all the way to the end of the game and then you have to turn on them and stab them in the back just to win the game. I could see that being fraught with some tensions with your friends late on a Friday night. But how do you play it? So as mentioned, you deploy with nothing, and then you hopefully, and I have to say, but not every time, you get the chance to loot some nearby buildings for guns, for health packs and other useful items that you're going to need before you get to the fighting. Every game though, it's different. You can deploy into a different area with a different team, or alone with a different goal and method of playing. You can snipe, you can run and gun, you can travel on vehicles. It keeps things really fresh, and as someone who's actively, personally avoided games like Fortnite, I think that this new Blackout mode feels like a game mode that I can get with, and I think that Treyarch and Activision, they've been really brave here in what they've done. You can play it how you like, you can hang back and wait to the end of the fight if you live that long, or you can drop right into a hot zone, you can run and gun, and what may happen in one game where you deploy to a zone, you could deploy to the exact same zone in the next game, and you will find this time you're not alone. 20 people have dropped there with you and you're killed within 20 seconds. So there's a lot of kind of exciting things that happen. You're not forced to watch the rest of the game. If you die, you can jump right out and jump into another game, so you don't have to sit there until the game reaches an end. Did I mention the vehicles and that there are zombies in the game as well from time to time? Well, there's quad bikes, there's choppers. None of them are equipped with weapons, so you're not going to lose out if you see someone bearing down on you with a quad bike unless they kind of run over you. But why would you even need vehicles in the first place? Well, that's because the map is getting smaller and smaller every couple of minutes, which eventually at the end of the game forces you into a close quarters battle with the remaining few players if you make it that far. You don't respawn in this game, so you get one life, you deploy, you land, you've got your tactics, you either survive or you don't. You don't have to watch the rest of the game, you can jump out and drop right into another game. You can see the size of the map just by looking at it here. It's pretty insane, man. Obviously as well, there's a lot of scope here to create new maps, to tweak the modes and the vehicles and the weapons. There's so much more that Treyarch and Activision can do, and they've promised to drop a lot more content a lot more regularly, which I think means that the season pass, which has been a little bit of a bone of contention for people, is a decent enough idea. I know that other games are giving it for free, and I think that if this is a success, I think that Activision will probably give this stuff free in future. But I think they've had to reimagine where this game was going. It's been in development for a couple of years, and I think the developers saw a little bit of a backlash against World War II. But I have to say, I loved World War II, and I think that it got better as it went on. And I think that if you're a fan of Call of Duty, then you need to kind of buy into things a little bit and give it a chance. You know, the developers, they're not stupid. They occasionally, like everybody else in life, have to revisit decisions that have been made and things like that. That's just life, you know. So I really enjoyed playing this last night. But what about that price? Over £100. For me, that's the digital deluxe edition that I've pre-ordered. It contains the season pass and all the content that I'm going to download. Yes, there'll be the odd optional extra like skins and things like that, but you don't need to buy those, and I'm sure you'll be able to pick them up by doing some challenges and things like that as well. Also, you can get the game and the season pass for less. You just need to shop around or choose a different edition. Not everybody's going to have to pay such a high price for it. Based on what I've seen of the beta, and I've played it all now, will it be worth it? Yeah. I played Call of Duty World War II to death. I didn't play the campaign, and I didn't play the zombie mode. I just played the multiplayer, and I felt for the £100 or so that I spent, I got a lot of value. I spent a lot of time playing with the clan, having a really good laugh. I mastered Prestige and got up over level 170 on the Master Prestige. The maps that they dropped every time were getting better and better. So if this game's going to cost me £100, then I do see value in that. And I think they've done a great job based on the beta that I've played. I think that this game is going to be a winner. I think that it is going to represent value. But what do you think? I'm really interested to know. Have you played the beta? How did you find this Battle Royale beta, the Blackout mode? Have you won a game yet? Let me know in the comments section below. I'll see you again soon with more videos. I'm going to drop a lot more over the weekend. If you liked this video, I'd be really grateful if you could drop a like on it. If you're enjoying the new content, as I say, there's going to be a lot more. I'd be really grateful if you could subscribe to the channel. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks.
Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone. Sit rep. Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety. Supply drop inbound. Squad mates are down. It's all on you. Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone. Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety. Net call. Supply drop incoming. Further collapse expected. Travel to indicated safe zone. Sit rep. Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety. Supply drop inbound. Be advised, further collapse expected. Relocate to safe zone. Sit rep. Circle collapse imminent. Get to safety. Squad destroyed by hostile action. MTC suspended.